Yeah. Big day. Trump Scotland ball going round. Muirfield then. No mats, no temps. Get ready. I'm going to shoot 110. Matching jackets. Out at Carnoustie Pro Shop. Let's go and have a look what it's got to offer then. Ben Jones, if you're watching this, I've got your specials on FootJoys. Fitted by hand, 2 sizes too small. My feet are hanging off already. Absolutely thrashing, and now I've got to beg Pro Shop for some plasters. Nice one. Today, no footage in the clubhouse. It's unbelievable in there. Everything's really old-fashioned. History everywhere. So yeah, I'll try and get what I can on course, but golf's not too good at the minute, so could be chopping it round. But we'll see how we go. So, not a bad start through 9. We are 1 over. Just missed a birdie putt on 9 to get back to level. But after a top on the first and bogey start, I wouldn't say it's disastrous. Course is pretty good, bone dry. Unbelievable really, the whole experience is class. So, see how we get on this back 9. What do you reckon then, George? What's verdict? Muirfield.
Yeah.
Class, wasn't it?
Good condition. I still think Honourable beats it though.
Yeah, so I think the course itself, I think Honourable is a better course. Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Like,
some nice
the condition's unbelievable, but they're all that good, really, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they're all mint when they're good. I think Carnoustie has got better holes, but I think
tougher holes as
the
well,
experience here is for the whole day.
Yeah.
It's unreal, isn't it?
It's chilly, but
It's going to spend another 300 quid in Pro Shop. Hi, you alright? So I've got a ball marker, little Muirfield snood, a Peter Millar polo and a waterproof jacket. This is pretty nice. What did you get, Tiger?
I got a Mars King's Lynx head cover.
He's finished it off. Disney's going now.
Finished it off.
Disney's done.
A nice little quarter zip, white Muirfield.
Disney's done.
Disney's
Gone.
done.
So yeah, we're going to get jackets out car now, go and get a shower and get changed and go and have lunch in there. So apparently it's meant to be really good. So we're going to give that a whirl now, right? So, it's now the Tuesday after Muirfield. I've just got back from Turkey, a bit of a rush to be fair. I had to go and have a bit of dentistry work done. And it's true what people say about what you see online is don't knock it until you've tried it. So, it's class. If anyone's never been to Turkey, I would never have any dentist work done in England again now, to be honest. It's just so much better. Like, unbelievable. So yeah, I got back late last night to Birmingham Airport, and now here we are, a week later. So how this trip come about was, I was listening to the Top 100 podcast. So I was listening to that and they actually mentioned about Muirfield, and throughout the winter they do a deal sort of thing. So every Tuesday and Thursday they offer a couple of hours worth of tee times, and they basically guarantee that there'll be no mats and no temporary greens. So me and George signed up to it basically. Thought we'll make a little trip. This was on our last Scotland trip in August, September time. I thought we'll make a little trip back down there, up there for us. Go and have a look what it's about. It's a good time to play it. A lot of the Scottish lads that we know, like a lot of our friends up there, they're all rave about Muirfield. They say that is the one. If you ever talk to any of the Scottish lads, from our experience, they always talk highly of Muirfield. So wanted to see what all the fuss about. On this trip, we went up and seen our friend Birdie. He's a member at Carnoustie. We play with him quite regularly and he comes down to us now. So, awesome bloke. Great golfer as well. Good crack. Great. Alright, apologies, I'm back. So, I've just brought a Tesla. So, I'm selling my car. And God, like, as soon as they've got your number, they touch tight. That Van Dyke just absolutely man Marty off at pitch, don't it? These companies just non-stop blowing the phone up. So that was who was ringing me then. So yeah, we went up to Carnoustie with Beardy. We played a little scramble, the first of the YouTube videos, and it weren't great, I'll be honest. But I'm trying to polish the turd here at a minute. So I brought some more mics, so hopefully the voice recordings will be a bit better next time. And I've also brought a tripod now, so the camera can be a little bit higher up. But it's a work in progress, so stick with us. So on to Muirfield itself on Tuesday. So we teed off at 9:22, I think it was. When we got to the gates, there was a lovely lady there, and she basically greets you. She shows you around. So she showed us where the pro shop were, introduces you to the ladies in there, took us a quick walk around the clubhouse. So there's not actually any filming allowed or any pictures allowed inside the clubhouse. They're really strict on that, which is again pretty cool. And then showing us where the locker room was, pointed out all the practice facilities, and basically they just let you get off on your way. Everything's included. All the balls are set up ready for you to go out on the range. You've got, I don't know why I just did that. You've got your chipping greens, you've got putting greens, you've got like a big range, just a big field with yardage indicators in it. Yeah, you're free to basically explore as you want. You get a little Muirfield goodie bag, like it's like a little pencil case. In there, I think you get some, I've not actually opened mine still to be honest. I think you get a scorecard, a pencil, some tees, and like a course planner, like a yardage book. So it's pretty cool. The golf at the minute has been bad. Like I've not really been playing much since the Scotland trip we did in August and September. And I think because I've not been playing overly long, I do rely on playing frequently to play well. So yeah, I've been really struggling. I did a bit of a panic like full week at the range before we went to Scotland, because it was like I kept putting it off, and then it's like, oh shit, we're going tomorrow. The course itself, I topped it off the first tee, as you do, standard. You've got to do that. Any course that you're excited to play, you have to top it off the first tee. It's just what you're doing it. You've got to get your money's worth, really. It wouldn't be the same, that first tee shot, if you didn't top it. Or if you didn't do anything embarrassing off the first tee shot when your arse is already going like a rabbit's nose. It's just, you've not really been, are you? So just did a little complimentary top off at the first tee. I hit a good 2-iron actually. I only just made the fairway with this top. Hit a good 2-iron right up to green, and I missed my up and down. I missed my putt basically to get my par. So I bogeyed first. I went into the trap on the second hole off the tee with a 2-iron. Chopped out, missed my putt again, so I bogeyed that hole. And then after that, I played pretty well, to be honest. I missed a putt on the 9th to get back to 1 over, I believe. So I think I was 2 over through 9, which to say I was 2 over through 2 is not disastrous, to be fair. I started struggling a bit towards the end. It's just not been good at the minute, but I managed to get around a 4 over, which I was quite happy, really. I would not have been able to do that at Carnoustie, playing how I was playing. So in terms of how hard courses are, I didn't find Muirfield that hard really. I know it's winter and the rough's not really up and stuff like that, but so there were some really massive, cool, quirky bunkers, and that's one thing that I do remember from Muirfield the most, is some of the bunkerings, like unbelievable. They've got like massive L-shaped bunkers. I can't remember exactly what all that were. Probably about, I think it was the 8th. There's like a big L-shaped bunker, but it's like 100 yards short of the green, so it's never really in play. So I think you're hitting like I think I hit mini driver off at tee, and then it left me about 160 in, which you're going to struggle to fat a shot on an 160 yard shot and leave it like 80 yards short of green. So they weren't really in play, a lot of them, but there were quite a few quirky bunkers. The one on the 18th, that's a really cool bunker. But yeah, in terms of the course itself, the condition is incredible. Like, for the time of the year, it's unbelievable. It was bone dry, and I mean bone dry. Everything's immaculate. Like, it's like being in summer, I'll be honest. It's unbelievable. The greens were really fast, brilliant. Like, you weren't even really leaving that many pitch marks. So they were firm. Like, the course condition is just incredible. But I think all the courses at that level are. And obviously, they're blessed up there with the links golf that I think it does stay dry. I know Gullen's next door. We've got a friend who's a member there. And I think they don't use mats or temporary greens either in winter. And I think that's literally a few minutes drive from Muirfield. So obviously, they're blessed with the land that it lays on. But yeah, I think condition-wise, incredible. So the course itself, you're splitting hairs really. Like, obviously, super famous, been around for hundreds of years. I think it's ranked 10th in the world. Personally, I wouldn't put it above Turnberry or Carnoustie for me. I think Turnberry's just incredible, especially the holes along the sea. I just like, you remember everyone. And I sort of come away from Muirfield a bit, not. Like, it's incredible, but they weren't sticking in my mind like the holes at Turnberry do, like the par 3 with a lighthouse to your left, the par 5 one. I think there's some new holes, but I've only played it since they've been there, so I don't know what they used to be like. But it's got like an infinity green. It's just, you stood there and you look around and you think, wow, like, this is special. I wouldn't put it above Carnoustie. I think Carnoustie's a lot harder. I think there's a lot more memorable holes, in my opinion. And same again, the condition on these courses is all unbelievable. So you're just splitting hairs. Everyone's going to have different opinions. And also, I don't know how they actually vote on which is what makes a course better than another. I'm purely just going on what I enjoy, what I like the looks of. I'm no expert, so I wouldn't take my word for it, to be honest. But yeah, I think I'd definitely put Carnoustie above Muirfield, in my opinion. So we had dinner after. That were £40 to add on to that, which I thought were really, really good, and I'm really glad we did it now. So a lot of the friends basically said, if you don't do the dinner, have you really been? So we're like, right, well, we can't miss this then, because we were driving straight home back to Nottingham after the dinner. So we would, well, after the golf, so we're debating whether we needed to stay or not, or like whether it were worth coming home like however much later, potentially in traffic. We went and got changed. Showers and that are incredible, but same again, they're the same everywhere. The clubhouse is really old-fashioned, and there's a lot of history in there, in the cupboards, in the cabinets, so that's really special. We got suited and booted, put our jacket and tie on, which you have to go to the dinner. You have to have jacket, tie and collar, I believe, to go. So it's basically a carvery, a 3-course meal, but I think you can have as much as you want. I did, but I'm not sure whether that's officially the right thing. But I believe it was sort of go up as many times as you want. You basically go up and you got a chef serving you. So I had the starters, which I think it was like a soup, and I also had a fish cake, which was another starter. So I technically had 2. Then the roast for the main, that was incredible, really nice. And then they also had a load of desserts to choose from. I think I had treacle sponge and custard. But the dinner was brilliant. For £40, like, I thought that was really good value, so I highly recommend that. We sat with the 2 lads that we played with. So we played with a lad called Chad, he was from Arizona, on a golf trip. And we also played with a guy called Nick, which was an English guy, but I think he lived in Hong Kong. And I think he'd come back to visit family. So yeah, we had a really good day with them. And we also, so in the restaurant or the dining room at the clubhouse, you sit on long benches. So we also sat with some guys from Leeds, and I believe they were members at More Time. I think so. But they were really sound guys, got on with them, had a good laugh, had some dinner. And then we went to the pro shop, which is where it gets expensive again for me. So, I'm a sucker for getting lured into a sale. Every time I get sucked into it. They basically had a bit of a sale rail, just I presume the time of year went. So I ended up coming away with another 300 quid's worth, which was a waterproof jacket. Then I brought a Peter Miller polo, and I also brought a snood and a ball marker. So that's what I got for my 300 quid there. And apart from the snood and the ball marker, everything were in sale. But the shop is unbelievable. The ladies in there are really helpful. They're like, you sort of have your own one personal shopper. Like, she'll just come round with you. If you need a size, she'll be offering you sizes. Like, really helpful, really nice ladies. And they're actually telling us that I believe it was the old pro at Gullen used to have the rights for the Muirfield logo. So for a long time, they didn't even have their own pro shop at Muirfield because they were selling it out of the Gullen pro shop, which is around the corner. So until, I can't remember when she said that, it'd been like 2018 or something like that, Muirfield didn't actually have their own pro shop. So they're probably regretting it now, I imagine, with how much money they make. But there you go, live and learn. All in all, great day. 4 over, which I were happy with how bad I've been playing golf, to be honest, because it's been getting a bit embarrassing at this point. Highly recommend it for anyone. Highly recommend it. The experience of the day, I could see why it's ranked so highly. Like, it's unmatched. I've never been to anywhere. So you go to Turnberry, obviously the same. The facilities are unbelievable as well. Like, all the staff are brilliant. But I'd say that's more of like a modern vibe. Like, obviously the course is incredible. The clubhouse is immaculate at Turnberry, but it's all like marble but this were like proper traditional at Muirfield. Traditional, old school, like sort of a blast from the past. As close as they could take you to it, basically. So yeah, highly recommend it. For 150 quid to play it in winter. The condition is incredible. We looked out with the weather, to be honest, because I imagine it wouldn't have been as good if it were absolutely lashing it down. But yeah, highly recommend it for anyone who's thinking about doing it next year, or I don't know when it runs to, you might still be able to get onto it early into next year. Definitely do the dinner as well, and I believe you can also add a caddy on if you let them know in advance, but no one in our group did. All in all, another successful Scotland trip. Hopefully the golf will get better through the winter, which it probably won't, which it never does. We'll see what next year's got to hold.